Hello everyone, for a second time. Welcome to Queerantine Kitchen. I am super excited to be in the kitchen again this week and most Mondays. And we've got a great guest lined up, but first a little bit of housekeeping. So this is the show. My name is Billy and I cook some stuff with a guest. It's super fun. So just remember that Instagram Live is not your chance to shoot your shot, friends. So if you're the type of person who's like, you know what, some random people on Instagram want is a lot of flower emojis, if that's you, then beat it. Not interested. And we're gonna go with 0 strikes and you're out, so don't do it. And you'll be fine. Otherwise, please enjoy the chat. Please chat, ask questions. I'll check it periodically. And yeah, without much more ado, I'm gonna bring in Logan to introduce himself and tell you what he's about. So here we go. Thanks for coming to the kitchen, everybody. So many great people. Oh yes, I got birds in there. Hi, Logan.
Hi. How's it going, Billy?
It's great. It's great. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
It's so cool to get to chat to you and meet you, like, officially.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Get
So,
to adjust my camera.
I know your name. Your name is Logan. People maybe don't know you. So introduce yourself.
I'm Logan. I'm trans on wheels. I'm a disabled trans man. Seeing me standing is kind of a rare occurrence, but I've got a chair right here ready for me.
Just in case?
Just in case.
All right.
I've been standing quite a bit today, so, might be sitting more.
Whatever you need to do. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show and agreeing to talk to us. I was debating like how do I introduce his Instagram handle because I always forget where the underscore is. You know, like
Oh, yeah, it's trans_on_wheels. Yeah.
yeah, one underscore between the first two words. Yeah, because once you follow somebody, you're just like, just start typing and see if the picture pops up, and you're like, yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
But it's great to have you on here, and I'm gonna tell everyone what I'm cooking, which is kind of a tie-in of a bunch of things that are happening. So people who've been watching the show for a while know that I am doing a cookbook project for Queerantine Kitchen, and the deadline to submit a recipe is tonight. So if you want to get a recipe in, you can send it in by midnight tonight. And in honor of the deadline passing and being the start of Starch Madness, I'm making potato salad tonight. So that's what I'm doing. What are you making?
Well, I'm making brown sugar brownies and Oreo truffles tonight.
Ooh, a dessert? That's right. You did hint that you might make a dessert tonight.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's my Nana's recipe.
Aw, I love that. I don't know if anyone's made a dessert before on the show, so this might be a first. And if it isn't,
cool.
then I apologize. But I can't. So, yes, Kelly is reminding people, if you want to submit a recipe, you have until midnight Mountain Time. And the email is queerantinekitchen@gmail.com. Very simple. When I started, I'd been cooking like earlier in the kitchen, and I guess I dropped something on my burner because it started smoking a lot, and I got very worried that I would have an on-air fire that I'd have to deal with.
Oh no.
I think we're fine.
No.
I think we're all good, but yeah. So, you're making two desserts, or are you somehow combining the truffles and the brownies into one sort of megazord?
Oh no, two desserts, yes. And I already started making the Oreo truffles earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to be dipping them in chocolate now, once this is in the oven.
Ooh. So is there any special occasion for the dessert, or you're just like, you know what? I think we need a dessert.
Yeah, we really needed desserts around here. That we didn't have too many in the house, and that's a crime. So I had to rectify that.
Well, there you go. I'm glad I could help you, fix your dessert lacking. Do you primarily like cook in the kitchen in baking, or do you also like cook for meals and just for fun?
I cook when the mood strikes me. I went to culinary school for a little while, but decided it wasn't for me, and then I went into teaching. But I do like cooking, so I like baking the most. So I do like to bake a lot, but I do cook, a fair amount of things. The real chef, though, is my fiance. My fiance cooks everything and cooks amazingly. Just the most delicious meals I've ever had.
I'll have to get them on the show.
Yeah.
Someday, if they're keen. I don't know if I follow them, but
They've got a
right.
private account.
Yes. There are many of those, and all of those are perfectly fine. Yes. Hello, Shannon. Okay. Will most of the recipes you've made and guests have made be in the cookbook? Yeah, probably most of them will be in the cookbook. We're gonna start once we get all the recipes. Once the deadline has, Kelly and I are going to look through them and sift through them and kind of consolidate them a little bit so they're all the same format, and then look at building a book together, which I don't really know how to do, so I'm kind of just excited to figure it out. Figure it out as I go. Ooh. So a little bit about this potato salad that I'm making. It is one that I've made for years and years and years. It was a family recipe passed down by my great aunt, and she always had this like sort of secret German recipe, and then and I've become the keeper of it. Like I think I'm one of the only people in the family that cooked it. So it's got a lot of great stuff, and it's one of those things where you make it and you let it sit for a little bit longer than normal, and then like it's better the longer it sits almost.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really excited to include it in the cookbook because I think it's the best, and I think you will too. But you have to like mayonnaise in order to enjoy it. There's a lot of mayo.
Yeah, see, I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise.
Well, I'm sorry. You don't have to have any of my potato salad then. But you can try it if you wanted to.
I'm sure it's good. I'm just not big on mayonnaise. It's my least favorite condiment.
Oh yeah? Do you have a favorite condiment?
Probably honey mustard.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think mayonnaise might be up there as one of my favorite condiments. Like,
yeah, I mean, usually when you like it, you really like it.
It's good. It's good. It's good. So you said you're a teacher, and I think I knew that from like your page, but I don't think I know what you teach.
I'm a teacher aide, so I teach English as a new language. I
Cool.
Teach to K through 12. Right now, my age groups are I've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then I've got 7th through I think 11th on Mondays and Thursdays, and then I have Wednesdays off because we're doing a hybrid model of learning this year where we have kids in 2 days a week and then out the other 3 days of the week.
Oh, okay.
And doing remote learning. But my students, because they have greater needs than other students, they're in all 4 days, but they do their remote learning in school while we can help them. So they're just sitting in my classroom on their computers the whole time, and I help them with their work.
Oh, okay, cool. That's, yeah, and that is, obviously that's different from years past because of our friend the pandemic, who doesn't seem to want to head out at any time soon. But what was it like before? Like, I guess it was just a more traditional classroom model, like in the before time?
Before, what I usually would do is I would push into their normal classes with them and assist them with their English while they were learning. And then I would also have classes, separate class times with them where I would like reinforce the material and go over it at an beginner English level so that they get the material twice through. And it kind of solidifies it more that way.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I've got a question from the chat for you from Amy. She says, what is it like to teach that wide of an age range? Do you have to, does it take time to adjust, like between a grade 3 and a grade 11 or something?
It's very interesting to teach that big of a range. Right now with my students all together, usually I would just be teaching one at a time. So it'd be like I'd push into the 6th grade and help the 6th graders, or I'd push into the 3rd grade and help the 3rd graders. But now I'm helping all of them at the same time in the same room, which can be a little bit challenging because they're all working on such vastly different things. And it's a lot of like, Mr. Adams, Mr. Adams, Mr. Adams all day of just constantly needing me to come over and help them. And I'm just bouncing around all day.
It must make it go fast though, right? Like it must make the day kind of go by pretty quickly if you're just like zipping around.
Yeah, it does. It's and honestly, it's my favorite thing to do. So it goes by quickly just because of that. Mm. But yeah, the teaching like the older grades has been more challenging in COVID to teaching the younger grades because the younger students, they don't mind wearing their masks.
Mm.
They listen to the rules and they wear their masks very well. The older students don't care.
Oh no. What would we had another question. A lot of people are really excited to talk to a teacher, it seems. But what would you say is the hardest grade to teach? My tripod is being really weird as well, but that's okay. What's the hardest grade to teach?
The hardest grade to teach. Probably kindergarten.
Yeah.
Probably kindergarten. They require the most attention.
Mm.
The older kids can kind of do their own thing, and like, yeah, they don't typically. Although with my students, it is different because the older kids can be harder to teach to because they can be called what's called a SIFE, a student with an interrupted formal education. So they might have never been to school before.
Right.
They might not even be literate in their first language. So teaching them English and teaching them how to read at like 15 is really difficult. So it really depends.
Yeah, I can imagine that, like, if you get a bunch of kindergartners, they're pretty much all at the same level with their primary language, but you might get wildly different. That's pretty wild. Where do you get kids from, like, all over, or?
Oh yeah, we've got kids from I think mostly is Yemen. Most of our kids are from Yemen. We've got a lot from Ukraine. Had some from Vietnam and China, and then of course from Mexico and from Guatemala and Puerto Rico. So like all over.
And I don't think I know where you're living. You don't have to obviously be too specific if you want to be for privacy, but like I don't actually know where you're located, I don't think.
I'm in Rochester, New York.
Oh, yes. Oh, of course. I know Jen quite well. Jen does quite well. She is.
Yeah, Jen's great. She helped me with my name change.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she gave me the contact information for a lawyer in the area who could change it for me. And
oh, yay.
I had been trying for like months to figure out the forms and everything on my own, and I just couldn't do it. And then I got this lawyer, and like 2 weeks later, my name was changed.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I went through my own name change stuff last year, and I was really thankful that we have an agency in Calgary that like often had ID nights, like ID changing nights, where you could just like go in and they had lawyers who could like walk you through the paperwork and then like make sure it was filled out and then tell you where to take it. And that was like,
that's cool.
Such a cool thing. And that's like, that's part of what the agency that I'm making the cookbook for, Skipping Stone, that's part of the stuff they do for people. Like they have ID nights and ID clinics and support groups and mental health professionals, and they can help you get like access to your inroads to starting HRT with doctors and stuff. And so it's a really super cool organization, and I don't know if I would have been able to figure out the name change stuff on my own. Like I honestly, looking at the forms, I'm like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, I tried for like a couple months to like figure it out on my own, and I just was getting nowhere. Those forms are not made for like normal people to be able to read.
No, and so many times when I would like, or after it was like legally changed, and you're like calling around to change it to like the 8 million other places your old name exists. So many times people are like, "Oh, you got married. What's your new last name?" And I'm like, not quite.
Nope.
No. It's actually a different name. But it's all done, and it takes forever. And I imagine, I don't know if, were you lucky enough to get it all done in one, or do you still like get emails where you're like, fuck, that place too? Like,
yeah, no, I still have a couple places. Like I still have to change my birth certificate. I haven't done that yet because that just seems like a big headache. And then I have like a couple like accounts on things where I still haven't changed my name, and they pop up and I'm like, shoot, and then I forget to change it, and then it pops up again and I'm like, shoot.
Yeah. Oh, I love that there's universal headaches. Whatever like side of the transgender spectrum you inhabit,
Yeah.
there's still things where it's like, you know, they're way different, but they're universal.
Yeah.
Brings people together in shared, I don't know, shared headaches, I guess.
Shared headaches. Yeah.
All right, so how are your brownies coming along?
They're coming along good. I have to let this mixture cool before I mix the rest of the things into it. So I'm actually thinking I might just pop it outside for a second because it's very cold and windy outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we get windstorms every March, so the wind is going crazy right now.
Is that because it's from the lake, or?
Honestly, it's only been past like 4 years where we've had these windstorms. I'm pretty sure it's climate change related.
Yes.
It's because they're like intense windstorms, like 80-mile-an-hour winds.
Ooh. I hope you don't get blown away.
Yeah.
What's the temperature like right now, though? You can say it in Fahrenheit. I don't mind. Someone will figure it out for me in the chat, and I will go But I think I can.
Yeah, I don't know the Celsius, but it's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh, that's like below zero here. That's proper chilly.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing right now is I have diced up, or I've boiled the potatoes so that they're soft, and now I'm going to just like dice them up and put them in a bowl that I've got some diced onion and some ham and some carrots as well that I cooked just to be soft, because like raw carrots in a potato salad are really weird.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at, and this is like one of the longest parts of the process, because it's just like cutting chunks of potato into smaller chunks over and over again. So I'm going to focus on that. But
all right.
So aside from teaching and aside from, having awesome Instagram stories, what else is going on in your in your world?
Well, I'm getting married this year.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm very excited. I got to save the dates in the mail the other day, and so now I have to send those out.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my fiance to give me all the names and addresses of the people that they're inviting, but
Are you hopeful that it'll be like you'll be allowed to do it in person, or is it going to be online?
I mean, it's in October, so we're thinking we should be pretty good. I'm hoping to get vaccinated soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we're only having like 30 people, so
okay,
it should be all right.
Well, yes. I hope very much that it is, and that by October, I hope that things are much better.
Yeah, hopefully.
It is. It's been a year. It's been a whole year. That's for sure. But you also have like merch and stuff. I think I've seen.
Yes, I do.
Your page. And is that just something you did on your own, or is it for anything specifically?
That's something I'm doing to help me pay for my medications, because I'm a medical marijuana patient, and it's not fully legal in New York yet. It's only legal for medical purposes, so it's very expensive. It's like a couple $100, like $300 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a lot to keep going. So I decided that I needed a little bit extra income, and I went and designed some stuff like this. Is one of the things I designed. Disabled is not a dirty word. And then I've also got a trans pride space flag.
I have seen that shirt, and I'm like, I want it. I want to get it. So, were those pictures that you found, those like the Galaxy one, or did you just like take them? I don't know, you're an astronomer or what?
No, I'm not an astronomer. I purchased them from just a photo website so I could use them.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
yeah, I just found different colors of the galaxy and then I put them together in a editing thing. Not Photoshop, it's a free Photoshop.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Only the most technical terms on Queerantine Kitchen, please. Put it together in an editing thing. Well, yeah.
Editing thing, yeah.
So people go and buy one of Logan's shirts
Yeah,
to it, and that money just like goes directly to you to help you with your medication that you need. It's awesome.
yep, it goes right to me.
That is cool. All right, can we get? There's no place to. Oh, what? Oh, we got Amy has put a link in teespring.com/store/trans on wheels.
That's me.
That's right. There you go. Oh, thank you, Amy. That's great.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Amy is a big giant space nerd, so of course she would. Of course she would like space stuff. How are your cookies, or not cookies, your brownies coming along?
Good, still waiting on this to cool. This
Okay.
is I have to let this cool because I have to mix an egg into it, and if it's too hot, the egg will scramble, and I don't want the egg to scramble.
No, especially not for a dessert. That's not.
Yeah, scrambled eggs and brownies don't really mix.
So this was a family recipe. You said your nana was the originator of it. Is it like a passed down from generations ago into the modern day, or how did we?
No, I think it was just hers. I don't know where she got it from or if she made it herself, but it's a family favorite. These brown sugar brownies, they're so gooey and delicious. And it was like my favorite thing when I was growing up was having brown sugar brownies.
Nice. Did you cook anything else with Grandma in the kitchen growing up, or just dessert? Or...
Oh yeah, we would make Christmas cookies all the time, like pies. So it was a lot of desserts. I can't think of any like main course dishes. She had a chicken salad that was really good that I used to make with her. But yeah, my nana was all about the kitchen.
Yeah, I have similar stories of my Omi always being in the kitchen and always cooking stuff up and I don't know, just seeding a love of cooking within me that I never really lost, and I realized that one of my favorite things to do with cooking was like cook with people and cook for people. And teach people how to cook for several years. I ran like cooking programs in an after school programming setting, and I got to cook with kids as young as like 6 and 7, and all the way up into to early teens, and just like teaching somebody how to make something even as simple as like a grilled cheese sandwich was just like super fun and super rewarding.
I love that.
Yeah, it was great. It was similar and it was similar enough to teaching. Like I had originally gotten a teaching degree from university, but formal classroom setting never really jived with me, so I put my skills elsewhere.
Yeah, formal classroom settings don't really jive with me either. That's why I like when my students and I have our own class time, because it's such a small group of students that it's really like it's a lot of one-on-one learning, and it's a lot better learning environment than those huge classes.
And it's just like those giant classrooms, I found that like I was not able to give kids the attention that they needed, maybe, or keep on top of marking and stuff, and it was just like really, really stressful. And
Yeah.
it took me, there was a stat they always used to use when we were in school. They're like,
it's like something like 15 to 20% of new teachers don't last 5 years because it's too hard and they can't hack it. And I was like, that's not going to be me. That's not going to be me. And I made it 3 years, and I was like, okay, it's me. I don't care. Like, it's not worth my mental health and my like stress to keep doing this. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think I could ever be like a full classroom teacher. That's too much for me. That's a lot of stress, especially like a high school teacher with like 60 students or whatever. Like,
oh my gosh,
it's just too many. I like having like 15 and then like 5 at a time.
it's almost like smaller class sizes mean you can help,
It's a lot
Kids
more
out.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's a way better way to do things.
Also, a lot of my teaching was in doing sub work. Subbing is really hard, and I would often have to like take over classes. Like I'd come in for the day and be not just like one teacher's replacement, but I'd like be covering off spares or prep periods for teachers. So I would have days where I'm teaching everything from like junior high social studies all the way to like grade 12 math, and I'm like, I'm not this smart. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
no
know how to
thanks.
do math. I can't do it. They're like, can you help me? I'm like, no. I don't know this math.
Yeah, I have to teach pretty much every subject with my kids because they need help in every subject.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm best at history and English, and the other one, I do my best.
I love history and English. It must be really tough though to like not only teach somebody a concept that maybe you don't fully grasp quite as much, but also putting it into like a language set that they understand as well, and
yeah, simplifying it enough that they can understand what you're trying to say, and like, yeah, it's difficult at times, and I will be honest with them. If I don't know, I will tell them that I don't know.
You're like, I'm sorry. Can I help you with something else, please?
I'll try my best to help them find the answer. I'll ask them like what they know about it and what they can do, and like I'll do my best to help them find the answer. But I will be honest, like if it's like calculus or something, I don't know any of that.
Oh no.
It just doesn't make sense to me, so I can't do it.
I'm very nervous. I am going back to school in September. I'm going to hopefully obtain a degree in psychology,
Ooh.
which I'm quite excited about, but I have to do some like upgrading in my first semester, and they're like, I need to do a university level bio course and a math course. And I went into university to do music because I was like, I am not smart enough to get a degree where you need to take a math class, so I'll take a music course, and then I won't have to do math. And now, shit, I have to do math. Caught up to me like 15 years later.
Yeah, when I was in school, I tried to take the easiest math classes that I could while still getting the credit.
Nice.
and then while I was in that class, I'd annoy the teacher with all my questions constantly, just like, yeah, I have a hard time with math.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to stick in my brain, and well, I'm hoping for the best come September, but
Yeah, good luck.
oh, great. Yes, Amy, we can repeat what we're making for the people that are just joining. Logan, why don't you give everyone a reminder of what you're working on?
I'm making brown sugar brownies right now, and then when these are in the oven, I'm going to be making Oreo truffles.
Ooh, very, very good. I am making a old family recipe potato salad that, is in honor of the cookbook deadline looming, and also March 1st being the first day of Starch Madness 2021, a contest that I saw on Instagram last year and was like, that's fun. I think I can have fun with that, and people seem to really enjoy. So, if you don't know what Starch Madness is, you got to check out my page. I have a story up every day. There's a simple elimination bracket where 2 potato dishes go head to head, and you vote on your favorite. And then at the end of the month, you pick, we'll have a winner. So, vote early every day for a new competitor.
Competitor.
Yes, there are a great many puns. I was actually before. Oh no! I just dropped a bunch of egg on the floor. How embarrassing! Before I started the show, I was working on my post for tomorrow's post, tomorrow's competition, and I'm pretty proud of what I came up with.
I'm excited.
So yeah, everyone go vote in Starch Madness every single day. All right, so I've got almost all of the cooked ingredients in my salad. Now I need to put in probably way too much mayonnaise and mustard and spices, and then stir it up and stick it in the fridge. Oh, ooh, there's a lot of Foley sounds going on in the background.
All right, the batter is ready.
Ooh.
Is going into the pan to go into the oven.
Nice. So, how do you like your brownies? Do you just like, when they're done, you're just like, once they're cool enough, you just eat them, or do you like mess around with sundaes or any other sort
it depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I can't wait, and as soon as they're out, I get a big square right from the middle. But I do like to have it with ice cream, so I will do that.
You just cut one out
I
from
actually
the very
don't know.
center of the pan?
Right from the middle.
Oh my god, you're a monster. Wow.
The middle's the best.
The middle is the best, but don't you have to like earn the middle? You got to get through like the.
Nah, you don't have to do it. There's no rules. You can just do what you want. If you want the middle, you go for the middle.
You know what? Especially this year, you're right. It's been a tough year. If you want just the very middle of a brownie, then go with God, is what I say. I have a friend who told us this story about making brownies, and he always trolled his mom really, really hard because she would give like very, very explicit instructions. And so one time he came home and there was a square pan of brownies, and she had left instructions on how to cut the brownies up. And so she's like, make like a tic-tac-toe. And he was like, Mom, of course, like that's the most obvious. So he cut it like a pizza and made a bunch of like, triangle-shaped brownies, so that when she got home, she was like, why did you do it that way? So
I love that.
that's the same kind of energy as just taking the middle piece.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
All right, got these Oreo truffles middles that I made. It's just crushed up Oreos and cream cheese, and then I put them in little balls.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to melt chocolate to dip them in.
Oh, are you
I'm going to do
tempering
dark chocolate. Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dark chocolate.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm actually ready to stir up my potato salad. And the secret that I was taught with this recipe was like, once everything's in the bowl, you only stir it once. Because if you stir it, like you have to stir it, and then once you stop stirring it, that's when it's done. If you go again, you can like break it up too much. So Only one stir. And then we go in the fridge to chill. Or the microwave.
Yeah, I'm being lazy about it.
That's okay. It was just like it kicked on and my ears were like, oh, a new noise. What are you doing about that? Yeah, someone was mentioning earlier that there's birds outside in the audio. We've actually had a very, very nice day today. It was, the high was like 11 degrees, which is, I don't know, close to 50, I want to say.
Okay.
And it felt like proper springtime, and we've got sparrows in this tree that's right outside my apartment. And I don't know, I just love it when they are making their noises and chirping away and nesting, and it makes my cat stress out because he wants to eat all of them and he can't get them. So it's real fun. It's real fun all over. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot. I also usually cut up pickles into my potato salad.
Oh.
And I completely forgot.
Well, now it's ruined.
Now it's ruined. It's just out the window. Oh, I'm really bummed about that. I knew I was forgetting something. I was trying to think of what I do, and I don't have a written recipe for this.
Oh, okay.
I always make it from like out of my head, and I can't believe I forgot pickles. It seems like it's not something I should be allowed to do as a trans woman, but here we are.
Yeah, are they going to take away your trans card for that?
They absolutely are. Sorry, everyone. I have to resign.
It's been nice.
It's been nice. This is the last episode of Queerantine Kitchen, and thanks everyone for... Oh boy, what I got egg on my face. Oh well, it'll be fine. You know what? Whenever I eat it, I'll just have a couple extra pickles on the side.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. No, Kelly, I'm not going to have a written recipe for it soon. Well, I should, but I will probably miss the deadline to submit a recipe if I'm completely honest with everyone. But since it's my cookbook, I get to make the rules. I don't have to play by the rules I make for everyone else. Those are your rules. My rule. I have my own set of rules. Okay. Normally I would have like something else to eat with this, but I was so busy thinking about tonight, and then also I was making a recipe for a friend who got into a quite bad car accident yesterday. He's fine.
Oh, no. Okay.
Physically, I think he is uninjured, but his truck is pretty much totaled. And so I was making him a something for the freezer to just like, here, eat this when you don't want to like cook anything. And so I did not think about my own dinner tonight. So
That's, I mean, that's fair.
Forget the pickles. I forget to feed myself. I'm a mess. The whole pandemic thing is amazing. I will show a picture of it later because it is currently just going to chill in the fridge for a little bit, and it's one of those dishes that's like better the next day. Like you have it, you let it sit, and then it like makes friends with all the ingredients in the pot, and it's really, really good. I really like it a lot. I'll make sure she includes pickles in the recipe. Yes, okay. I won't forget the pickles. I won't. Look, I'll have a pickle right now if that'll make everybody else happy. There, I can still maintain my transness, right? I'm having a pickle, I'm doing the thing, everyone. Now, that actually brings me to a question. I know that's a stereotype for trans girls and their pickles. Is there a similar food for like trans men?
I mean, like protein powder, but like, I don't know. I don't think there is.
That was good. You gotta get huge. Ah. All right. Huh. What should I get with? I think I'm gonna go to the grocery store after this and get something to go with my potato salad. But I don't know. Do you have any suggestions, or do the people in the chat have a suggestion of what I should go and buy that I can make real quick? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
well, usually if I have this potato salad, the number one time of year I have this potato salad is Christmas Eve, and it's like a German potato salad. Amy says waffles. I'm probably not going to have waffles. It's like a German thing, and at least German as far as my family's concerned. I don't know if like Angela Merkel will like endorse my Germanic potato salad, but that's what it is for us. And we'd have it with big Brezen, which are like the big soft pretzels, and bratwurst. So
Ooh.
that was like our Christmas Eve. That's our Christmas Eve tradition every year. This year I had it on my own because I spent Christmas by myself physically, but virtually I had some connections, and
That's good.
it was a lot of fun. So, sending out your save the dates for your wedding.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that my invite is going to be in the mail eventually, and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll head down. I'll head down to Rochester.
Yeah.
But do you have like a barbecue? Ooh, ribs or barbecue chicken. Do you have like a theme for your wedding? Do you have like something that you share with your fiance that you like? I guess theming the wedding around.
Probably it's gonna be in October, and we both love Halloween, so it'll probably be pretty spooky.
Oh,
I'm thinking black suits with orange ties.
yes, I love that.
Yeah. And yeah, just generally spooky. We're both pretty spooky people. We love horror movies. That's our favorite thing to do together is watch horror movies.
Well, what an interesting segue. I legitimately don't know if you know already, but I host a weekly horror movies podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for people who don't know, which I'm sure everyone does because I won't ever shut up about it, it's called Nothing to Fear, and I watch a horror movie with my two friends, Alex and Luke, every week, and then we talk about it. And today is we just released our episode on The Train to Busan, which was
that's a good one.
That was a fun movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And we had just like come off of a string of like 80s slasher movies that were getting kind of like boring and stale. So it was nice to have a little change of pace. I'm steaming up. I'm getting like, I hate these glasses. I have a lot of pairs of glasses. These ones always fog up no matter what I'm doing. You can actually see it again. Just fogging up. To answer your question, Shannon, I'm eating some Vlasic garlic baby kosher dill pickles. They're my favorite.
Ooh.
They're my favorite. But what's your favorite horror movie? Now I want to know. Now I'm curious.
My favorite horror movie. Probably Silence of the Lambs. Or what's it called? What's it called?
I don't know.
The Taking of Deborah Logan. The Taking of Deborah Logan. That's a good one.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That's a spooky one. Also Hereditary. That's a really good one.
Hereditary is good. Yeah, that was our episode 20. That was a fun one. It's very scary.
Yeah.
T and Spuds is asking, how do you pick what horror movies y'all are going to watch for the podcast? Usually it's just me, just like picking a horror movie. At Halloween time, we picked the 4 of the Halloween movies to do every week. Michael Myers and that.
Hmm.
And otherwise, it'll just be like, I don't know, what do you want to watch next week? And then we'll pick one. For January, when all of the hosts, we all have a birthday in January, we picked a movie that came out the year we were born. But otherwise, we just pick random movies and try to hop around, try to not, most of the movies we've done are from the States, but we've tried to branch out a little bit, and we got some J-horror, some Korean horror. Canada makes a surprising amount of horror movies as well, which I didn't know, so
Oh
pretty
yeah.
exciting. Yeah. Yeah, we just watched one. When's that coming out? It's coming out next week. Called Pyewacket. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't seen that. No.
It's I recommend it. I think if you like horror movies, you would like that one a lot. But it's 2017, and it was made in Canada, and evidenced by the Ontario. Like, there's a shot of their fridge, and there's a plastic bag of milk in the fridge in the little cupboard, which
Oh
is like
wow.
the most like Canadian thing. If
Yeah, that is.
stupid bagged milk. That's an Eastern Canadian thing, though. It's not out in Alberta. We don't have bagged milk here.
What's the point of bagged milk? Why is it in a bag?
I don't know. But there's people who are, there's people who are very fiercely proud of the fact that their milk comes in bags, and I just don't understand. I don't understand what.
That seems like inconvenient.
I remember having it when I was really little. Like, growing up, we had basically just a hard plastic pitcher that you could like plop the bag in and then cut the corner off, and then you'd have to grab the top of the bag and like the handle and like pour it, so that if you didn't,
Yeah, that's a terrible way to do milk.
I remember very, very frequently, if you like didn't grab the top, you'd like pour it, and then the bag would just like blow out, and you'd like have to pick it up. It was just, it's no good.
That's terrible. That's not.
It's no
That's
good.
an insane way to do milk. I don't understand that.
Yes, and as Amy's pointing out, like, if we're trying to move away from single-use plastics, like, why not? Although I guess a plastic milk jug is not really much better, but maybe easier to recycle. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, here we
Don't
do
know.
have glass milk jugs
Cool.
available. They're pretty big glass jugs. It's where I get my favorite chocolate milk is always in a glass jug. It's so good.
Ooh, we have you can get milk in glass jars here, but it's like specialty, like I guess sort of supermarket milk is going to be in plastic most of the time. Oh my God, look how steamy up I am getting. This is why I don't do well in the summer. When people are like, no, I love hot temperatures. It is barely above 0, and I'm already like, you know what? It's a little bit warm. It's a little bit warm for me. I can't handle like super hot temperatures. Oh, thanks, Amy. How are your truffles coming? How are the brownies coming? They're doing good?
Good. I'm making a mess with the truffles, but I'm almost done. I'm getting the last bit of chocolate. The brownies should be done in 4 minutes.
Bring those truffles over again so we can see them. Or do you need to? Oh, yeah. Oh, those look good. Okay, so with my save the date, I will need a couple of the Oreo truffles as well. I'll send you my address after.
All right.
You can just pop them in an envelope and send them on down. But yeah, we're coming up to kind of the end of the hour. Samantha's just logging in to be here for the brownies at the end. So hello. And how long is your timer going on? For
4 minutes.
4 more minutes. All right. Well, we can start wrapping up. So once more, Logan, if you don't mind, tell people where they can follow you, where they can get your stuff, how they can interact with all your things. Plug away. my friend?
I am trans underscore on wheels, and my store, my Teespring store is Trans on Wheels, and the link is in my bio. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
That's where you can find you. Yeah, everyone go buy a t-shirt or a hoodie, or what else can you get them on? Like tank tops, I assume?
Yep, you can get them on hoodies, tank tops, long sleeve, short sleeve. One of my designs you can get on a tote bag. It's pretty diverse selection of what you can get.
Nice. Well, check that out. As for me, you can follow the underscore Queerantine underscore kitchen, which is where I post any of the food stuff that I'm doing off of my main account, Billy by Design. So that is probably where updates for the cookbook will come. Eventually, the show may transfer over to there. That's, I don't know. But if you would like to hear my podcast, as we talked about earlier, it is called Nothing to Fear. You can get it wherever you find your other podcasts, because everyone's listening to podcasts. At least I think everyone is. It's a weekly horror movies podcast, and it's a whole heaping helping of fun. Yes, if you are interested in submitting to the Queerantine Kitchen Cookbook Project, the deadline is this Monday at midnight. So midnight Mountain Time. So you've got about 6 more hours if you want to get something in to be considered for the final cut of the cookbook. And stay tuned for more updates on that, either when watching Queerantine Kitchen or tuning into my page, Billy by Design. Yeah, next week I'm going to be taking a week off of Queerantine Kitchen, so I don't have a guest next week. I'm not going to do a show next week. I'm just going to go and chill out and have a Monday evening to myself. But we will be back the following week, so for March the 15th. Oh my gosh, that's like the 1 year pandemic-versary.
It is.
I'll have to do something. I'll have to do something special for Queerantine Kitchen, and try not to make it so depressing. Oh, thank you, Samantha. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Logan, thank you so much for joining me. Let's see what we got. Those brownies. I'll hold up mine too.
Brownies.
Wait. I've got to hold it in. Oh, those are really good.
They smell really good.
They do smell really good. I should do a sourdough bread, banana bread and sourdough bread for the 1 year pandemic-versary, because that's what everyone was doing at the start. Good suggestion, Shannon. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on another week. And Logan, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me, man. It was super fun meeting you.
It was great. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, hello, Get Plumed. Get Plume. I love what you're doing in the States, getting HRT to people. Goodbye, everyone. Bon appetit.